regulation. We have to strike a balance between government regulation and freedom of expression. Di po ba? So, kung gobyerno ang magre-regulate, paano natin masisiguro na ang regulasyon na ito ay hindi magagamit upang patahimikin ang oposisyon o mga critical na pananaw?
Yun, walang problema eh.
Please refrain from clapping or anything in that kind, no?
Kung opinion naman po, sorry.
Otherwise, we'll be asking you to leave these premises. Go ahead, Secretary Ruiz.
Sir, if it's just an opinion, it's not fake news, there's no lie, it's okay. That's free. I mean, it's a freedom of expression. Just like TV, you have your opinions. Okay lang po yun. Opinion yun eh. But once it's proven that it's already a lie, they have to be accountable for that. Just like what they do in Singapore. Ang sabi po nung minister nila, una, ipa-flag ka muna. Eh, sasabihan ka, oh, parang may sinasabi na mag-ingat po kayo sa post na to dahil mali or may misinformation. First, second, hanggang tatlo. Pag hindi mo pa binabayan on the third, what do you call that? Na sinabihan ka na. Meron ng po penalty po yun. Tapos ang nangyayari po, they divert you to the right information on that same page. So ganun ang ginagawa po sa Singapore. Sa European services naman, 6% of profit nila tanggal. Pag napatunayan na ikaw ay purveyor ng fake news. Ang binibigyan nilang responsibilidad sa ibang... Ito nga nakakatawa, Your Honor eh. Sa ibang bansa, pumapayag silang magpa-regulate. The question is, why not in our country? For movies, television, radio, we regulate them. We have the MTRCB. Meron tayong KBP. Dito sa atin, wala. Walang isip. Dito nga po, ang nangyayari, akala natin, vloggers, pero paisa-isa lang po yun eh. So dapat, yung platform mismo ang maglinis ng mga lumalabas sa kanilang social media platforms. Sila po ang may responsibility niyan. Or else, may penalties sa platform, hindi sa tao.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Now, is there anybody from or any resource person present today that would advocate that the social media platforms would regulate themselves? Is there anybody? Any resource person who would advocate?
The guy wearing a...
From KBP, Your Honor.
Can you please state your name and then you are recognized?
Attorney Rudolph Steve Hularbal from the KBP.
From?
KBP, Your Honor.
Now you are recognized, please.
Your Honor, the KBP has been an advocate of self-regulation. And we believe that any is like a gun. It is not the gun that is to be regulated. It is the person who wields and uses the gun. So, social media journalists, responsible journalists, or commonly called bloggers, should be allowed to self-regulate, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, may I ask a question from the resource person? Mr. Chair, may I proceed?
Yes, go ahead, Chairman Ako, please.
Yung pong nag-advocate ng self-regulation, pakisagot lang po ito. Kung hayaan po natin na ang social media platforms to regulate themselves, paano po naman masisiguro na hindi ito gagamitin upang kontrolin ang narrative para sa kanilang sariling interest?
Your Honor, there are laws that penalize fake news or disinformation and misinformation.
There are laws?
There are laws, libel laws. For example, Your Honor, cyber libel as well as under the penal code. The difference is the prior restraint. Your Honor.
Cybercrime libel is not under the revised penal code. It is special law.
I'm sorry.
As a matter of
yes,
fact,
Your Honor.
kasama nga ako na author noon eh.
Yes, Your Honor. I stand corrected. I'm sorry. My point, Your Honor, is in determining whether a news is fake or disinformation or misinformation, it should go through a process. Censorship should not be allowed or prior restraint. However, this does not preclude being penalized should one commit a crime.
Hindi naman po yun ang kasagutan dun sa aking katanungan. Ang katanungan ko po is, paano po naman masisiguro na hindi ito gagamitin upang kontrolin ang narrative para sa kanilang sariling interest? In the same manner that I threw a different question to those proponents
Na hindi gagamitin para sa personal na agenda, then let's put stiff penalties for violation, Your Honor.
Okay. So there's a need for a law.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Secretary Ruiz, may I get, pwede po ba makuha ko yung inyong opinion? Doon po sa sistema ng pag-fact check, paano ba natin matutukoy na ang isang impormasyon o balita ay dangerous or harmful content na dapat i-take down? Sa tingin niyo po ba dapat i-adapt or institutionalize ang standard na ito sa ating mga batas? At bakit po?
Po ay nakakasakit at nakakalason sa itong fake news sa taong bayan, tulad na lang nung isang post dati na nagsasabing ang Palawan ay parte ng bansang China. Siyempre, alam naman natin yung factual truths at hindi. Pag yung post na yon hindi mo pa binababa, sinabihan ka na niya, sinabihan na ng isang government agency na certified na fake news to, dapat agad-agad in 30 minutes or an hour, maibaba na po yung post na yon. Hindi yung nangyayari na ngayon, it will take days, it will take weeks bago maibaba yon. Nalalaso na. Tulad na lang nung nangyari. Sabi ng anak ko, Dad, is it true? They say on TikTok that Palawan is not part of the Philippines anymore. It's already owned by China. And I said, of course not. Who said that? Because people now, the young ones, get their news from TikTok, from social media. And even my son almost believed that Palawan is now part of China. And I have to correct him several times. Even if I already told him, many times, naniniwala pa rin, kahit mali. Lalong-lalo na pagbata. Medyo delikado. Kasi nga, yung ganong pananaw, nadidemoralize ka ng labanan, yung katotohanan. Kasi nga, ganon na yung impression ng maraming tao eh. So, imbes na paniwala ng katotohanan, pinaniniwalaan yung kasinungalingan.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary.